Welcome to the tutorial on the right buttons from the top toolbar. These are mainly buttons that add different content to the screen. When we hover over a button, we can see its function on the right. Add mathematical expression. To add the expression, we click down and drag. The default is simply the number 3. To edit the expression, we double-click. We can change it to any other number, such as 67. Let's change this to 6 times 7. So, we typed a lowercase x. Okay, let's click outside. And the app understands this as a multiplication. Let's edit again and change the multiplication to a dividing sign. And click outside. And we see this expressed as a fraction. Double-click. We can also type in the number 1, space, 6 divided by 7, plus 1, and a 7th, and click outside. So we can easily express simple fractions. Double-click. We can change the font size and make it smaller or larger. And we can change the color. We click here and choose the color we want. And click anywhere on the page to finish. Let's bring in another expression. And we see that we get an expression identical to the one we just used. Well, let's double-click and change this simply to 3. And now we'll click the question mark. So the 3 is now hidden, and we can drag it here. So we created a question. To expose the answer, we just click the question mark. Next, we have the text area. We drag it onto the screen in the same way. Let's double-click. With this pink circle, we enlarge the area. And let's write, "This is a text." And we can click Enter, Area. So the text area can have multiple lines. We can control the font, the color, and hide the text in the same way as the numerical expression. The one extra button we have is this to center the text. Let's drag these components up. Next, we have a table. Let's drag it down. To create rows and columns, we drag the sides inwards like this. Let's click it, and we can change its size. Now, this button makes all the cells of equal size. This button will erase the table, and this button affects the depth. Let's make room for the 3 we have here and place it inside and see what happens when we change the depth. So now the table is above the 3. Let's click it again, and now the table is under the 3. When we drag a table, expressions and text areas that are placed on it move with it. If we double-click the table, it changes to a random color. Next, we have the Scribble tool. After we click it, we can choose a color and scribble. The last 2 colors are highlighters. To stop scribbling, we can simply click on an empty space on the screen or simply click the Scribble button. We can drag scribbles, and a right click will erase them. And a long click on the Scribble button will erase all scribbles on the page. Next, we have the line. We can choose its color, and then we can draw a line. If the line is close to being a horizontal or vertical line, it will straighten up, as we just saw. Let's draw another line, and click anywhere on the screen to exit this mode. We can drag a line, and we can move the edges of the line. A double-click on an edge turns it into an arrow. Double-click again to move it back. We can do this on both sides. Next, we have the Select tool. It's for dragging multiple components at once. We select an area, like this, and now we can drag anything that's inside. Next, we have Tools. Here we can create a link or a timer. As you can see, for the link, we can choose its name and the link itself. And when we're finished, we click Link. Let's drag it down, and we see the name we selected. Clicking it will lead us to the link and we can drag it from the blue circle. So our page is relatively full, so let's open a new page and see the other tool we have. Let's click and then click Timer. This timer is simple to use in class. We drag it where we want, set the time we want to allot the students for the question, and click Start. And of course, we can also click Pause, a very simple and useful tool. To erase it like any other component, we just simply drag it out of the screen and let go. Now, let's move on to the last tool, adding an image. Let's click and choose an image. And here it is. Let's double-click. Now we can change its proportions by dragging the blue circle. If we do this while the Shift key is down, the proportions are conserved. Let's drag it to the middle. With a green button, we can rotate the image. Like the table we saw, this button controls the depth. To transfer an image from page to page, we click it while the Shift key is down. Now we can just move to another page. Let's open a new page and click anywhere on the page while the Shift key is down. Expressions and text areas can be transferred from page to page in the same way. Let's move back. Click this expression while Shift is down. Move to page 3, hold Shift down and click the page. And that's it. And this is how you use the right buttons from the top toolbar. Thank you for watching.